Hello, good morning, and welcome to another episode of What Do We Do Now? A conversation about the live event industry. And today I'm joined by my co host, Tony. Say good morning, Tony.
Good morning, Dave. Good morning, everybody.
How are you doing, Tony? What's new in your world? I heard you have news.
Yes, I've got a lovely little puppy who has been up since about 5:30 this morning, but is
Ooh.
ridiculously cute. So yes, he's enjoying the sun a bit too much, but trying to keep him out of it, but he doesn't want to. But yeah, he's 8 weeks and 3 days old, so it is like having a baby.
Oh, that's so cute. That's so cute. And today we're joined by Ieva. Say good morning, Ieva.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Morning, Dave. Morning, Tony.
Thank you for coming on today, Ieva, and telling us about your experience. So one of the questions I've been asking most people to kind of get warmed up is just to tell me about how you got your start in the live event industry. So how did you get started? What was your origin story? Like, what was your route in?
Yeah, so basically, when I was in university studying event management and public relations, I got an internship with a company called Up the Street Events, which was
Hmm.
a dream come true because of the event that they ran called Move It, which is the biggest dance event in the UK possible. So it's a very kind of hybrid kind of event with exhibition, performances,
Hmm.
famous artists and everything. So for me to get an internship with them for 9 months while I was still at university and just straight after was my leg into the industry.
Absolutely amazing. And so what did you actually do for them? Like, where did that internship lead?
Yeah, so basically, while I was with them in the office, I helped with the creative process and liaison with the artists and
Hmm.
just kind of program things, marketing, social media. But then even since then, I've been managing the event since. So it's been like 6 years on now. I just couldn't let go of it.
Wow.
So yeah.
Very cool.
So
So
do
you
you
kind of
do that?
stuck with that event throughout. Sorry, Tony, go on.
Not to worry. You were going to. You asked my question as well.
Sorry, go on, Tony. Ask it again. Sorry.
Oh, yes. So have you continued to say you think you have 6 years to be work for them sort of full time, or do you do other avenues and things like that as well?
No, so basically, so when my internship is finished, I then moved into. I didn't get a job with them. That was never really a plan, to be honest. I just moved into sales and events management within hospitality industry. But it's just like what I've done for them previously just stuck with me. So I just did the show every single year anyway.
Perfect. Sounds great. So I think we already know that must be your favourite job. I'm assuming, or is there other ones which
Oh
you're
no,
like,
no, no,
love?
absolutely. This is so close to heart because I do come from a dance background anyway, and I feel like that was the main reason why I got in with him in the first place, and this was like my thinking behind it when I still studied dance and everything, and I just decided that I don't want to teach, I don't want to audition anymore, I don't want to dance anymore. What do I do now? That's when I was like, let me just go backstage kind of thing. So yeah.
Yeah, nice. And so saying like, are you sort of there now, or are you working? Are you furloughed? Like, what's your sort of current situation at the moment?
So no, I'm not furloughed. I'm not working, unfortunately. I was made redundant in mid-March, right before the furlough scheme, so I kind of just fell through the
Okay.
crack. Yeah.
Did you know it was coming? Obviously, if it was just before furlough as well, like.
Um, I kind of saw it coming. I feel like with the clients that I was working with at the time, at my latest role, I could sense that something big was going to happen at about like end of Feb, I would say. People started canceling things or really limiting the numbers of people that could get together. And I feel like within my job at the time, I was probably the first one to even say that this is not just gonna pass by. Something's gonna happen.
Okay, so obviously, if you've been since mid-March, what have you been up to? Like, what have you been upskilling? Anything that you would recommend? Have you been parts of any groups? Have what have you been up to?
So I've been a little bit all over the place, to be honest. One of the best probably things and connections that I've made was on LinkedIn. We started a group called is it UK Redundancies for Event Professionals? It's a really long title. So it basically just connected with like really like-minded individuals, like really talented people within the industry who found themselves in the same situation, which really, really helped me in terms of, when you're being made redundant, you can't help but feel like it's personal. It's just one of those things. I know it's not. I know it's not in the back of my head. I know it's not personal. It's just something that happened, but it was hard. Just kind of connecting with like-minded individuals. I reached out to a lot of people that I worked with years and years ago as well. People that inspired me, people that helped me along the way. Just also started looking into a lot of other things as well. I just went back to the basics and thought about why I got into events in the first place and what did I like, which then brought up quite a few other industries that I'm really interested in. Yeah,
Okay.
performing arts, theater, fashion, fitness, whatever. So it's just
Oh, that sounds exciting. Tell us more about that. So have you had like a light bulb moment or an epiphany? Like, obviously the market at the moment is quite difficult. Do you think you will, now stay in events? Or are you like, I've had some other ideas and actually I want to pursue different avenues at all?
I did have a light bulb moment.
Ooh, tell us.
It was a little bit random, but it was literally about a couple of weeks ago, and I was watching Killing Eve with my partner.
Great show.
Evening, yeah, it was an absolutely amazing show. And within one episode, I've seen 3 places, including like an apartment and then a few a car park, and then I think it was something on the street. That I was like, damn it, I've actually taken my clients there. I know exactly where it is. So for me, that was a bit of a breakthrough moment of, I don't just need to, like, I love film and media, about location management. So I'm just looking into that right now.
And do you think you'll do it for like TV, or do you think it'll be film or music videos, or just like, see where the world takes you, really?
Yeah, I would say just see where it goes.
Yeah.
Ideally, a mixture of things. So I just do like a lot of things, and I'm quite happy that I've been able to kind of bounce back from the whole situation with events and everything. And as much as I would still love to stay in the industry right now, I might need to kind of be a bit more open-minded for the time being.
Okay, so do you think you'll maybe even, depending on what happens with the market, do you think you'll probably do a combination of the both, like a bit of location stuff where you can, obviously you mentioned about High Space, and they do a lot of, location scouting as well, to sort of do that part for events and then just sort of start that way?
I would say yes. Ideally, yes. Because even in the events industry, I was always most interested in not really in a corporate side of things. It was always kind of like experiential or stuff like that, or like product launches. And so, yeah, ideally a mixture of things.
Okay. What, out of interest, obviously you've been in lots of different areas of the industry. What sort of working practices kind of do you reckon will happen, like the virtual world? How do you feel about this kind of potential of going into a virtual world? Was that something that actually put you off a bit and made you think about what you wanted to do, or was it like, something you were actually quite interested in as well?
I feel like exactly what you said. I'm probably not the best person to speak about the virtual thing. I just don't buy into it. I don't buy into virtual events. What it stands for me is not why I got into events in the first place. So that doesn't interest me, hence why I then started thinking about what else I could do. Because for me to stay within virtual events, it was slightly Yeah, which is not as exciting as I imagine it would be.
Okay. Do you think it's because is it the technology part, or you miss the people, or you miss the buzz, or what is it about virtual that or do you just think?
I feel like I just don't want to overthink it. It's just not for me. And it's simple as that. Like there's so many people that do absolutely amazing job with virtual events, and I've attended quite a few really good ones, like obviously over the last couple of months, not working, and they do work really, really well. It's just not something that I'm interested in. Simple as. So I'd rather leave that to people who have a bit more of a drive and energy to do them.
Okay. And like, based on that, do you think the live events will come back sort of this year, or do you reckon next year, or what do you think? And like you're saying about the virtual part, do you think it would be, a hybrid sort of thing that everyone keeps talking about, or do you, hope it will go back live and then it might go back into events? I know there's a couple of questions there. So yes, first one being like, when do you think live events will come back? I think everyone's going, oh.
I really don't think it will be this year in the UK. Obviously, some of the countries in Europe doing they're way ahead of us. Germany and Spain and everyone else kind of opening things up. I would say for UK it would be till about, I don't know, Q2 maybe next year. Realistically, that would be my my prediction. Some of the events might still happen this year, but I would say it would probably be the ones that absolutely have to happen, if that makes sense. So when people absolutely have to get together, it's not a celebration. It's not just an event for the sake of getting together. Yeah, so I would say next year, Q2 next year.
Okay, and do you reckon there'll be the lovely hybrid combination, or do you reckon it will be like live events? Because if they did go back to live events, do you think you would go back into like the event side? And do you think, or reckon it will remain hybrid, and then you're like, well, actually, unless it's live, I don't really want to be involved in that.
I feel like that also really depends on the industries as well. So for some corporates, hybrid is fine, and sort of like sales conferences or anything like that might as well just go on a hybrid or be online. That's absolutely fine. But then again, some other things like your product launches, your experiential festivals, and all that kind of stuff, they just have to, they will just have to wait it out, and there's no way around it to do it a hybrid Glastonbury, for instance.
I really think that's so true. It's so true, isn't it? I mean, it's so hard to kind of predict which way these things can go. I think fundamentally, like the reason we all got into live events in the first place is because of the liveness of it, because of that kind of bringing people together type of moment. That's kind of what we've lived for most of our careers. So I think for that, in the way that it's just stopped at the moment, it's such a strange time. One of the other questions I've been asking a load of people is, what's the best piece of work advice you've ever been given? Or is there, something that you live by, like a mantra or something? But tell me your thoughts on that.
I have two answers. So the best piece of work advice I actually got from the owner of Hawthorne, Martin Hawthorne, when I worked with him. He's an absolutely outstanding guy. And he once told me, he's like, just do it and apologize later. So he literally says, like, I have never fired anyone for doing something if they thought it was the right thing to do. So he was like, if you have the gut feeling to do something, do it. Apologize later if it doesn't work out. So that was probably the best work advice I've ever gotten, which was amazing coming from like a really top head of the company. It was wonderful. And then the mantra that I live by right now, especially over the last couple of months, it's been a weird time. I keep remembering David Bowie, and he said, I'm not sure where I'm going to go from here, but I promise you it will not be boring.
Amazing. What a
I like
wonderful
it.
place
I
to
like
finish
it.
as well. Really, really good. Thank you so much for sharing. Like, it's quite difficult and incredibly brave just to kind of talk so openly and so honestly about what you've been going through. You know, there's a huge amount of people going through all kinds of different situations. So thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Yeah.
Pleasure. That was good.
If anyone else would like to join us on these, we've been getting quite a few inquiries. We're kind of getting fairly booked up over the next couple of weeks, but kind of looking a little bit further ahead, there's definitely some slots. So please do get in touch if you'd like to join one of these conversations. But bye for now, Ieva. Say goodbye.
Bye. Bye. Bye,
And
everyone.
bye from Tony. Thank you, Tony.
Bye,
Great job.
everybody.
And bye from me. Thanks again, everybody. Speak soon.